Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. For this video, we will be taking a look at another toy from the Earthrise War for Cybertron Trilogy. This time the Deluxe class Decepticon Airwave, another of those modulators that I love so much. Taking a look at the packaging, we had at the picture window, we could already see that this is the first one that came out. So Hot House was a recolor of this figure, which is kind of weird because we could already see the color scheme of Airwave here. The flavor of the colors used is more to the tune, to the taste of the Autobots, while Hot House wearing those red, blue, and darker color scheme actually looks more like a Decepticon. So the modulators are weird like that because if I remember correctly, Ironhide, which is more of gunmetal gray, and the blacks and the yellow look more like a Decepticon than the Generation Select version of it, which is the Decepticon Grease Pit, which has more of a blue, yellow, and a light gray color, more like an Autobot. I don't know why. Maybe they switched the color schemes for more disguises for both of them. I don't know. But yeah, that's what's weird with these modulators. It's like the Autobots and the Decepticons interchange color schemes for a while. So this is the Decepticon Airwave. He actually transforms into some sort of port, an airport, an airfield, or of some sort. He also can be used as weapons or armor for your other figures from the Earthrise and Siege lines, and actually any figure that have compatible ports, you can use this. Looking at the back, we could see the product shots. See, I told you it looks like some sort of an airport, and we have him. You could, as a modulator, you could have him separate into pieces, and you could use those pieces to build stuff like this in other configurations. If you could see, the artwork on its side is actually like a spaceport, an airport, or some sort, being attacked probably by the Autobots. So if you have a lot of those Micromasters, you could use those to populate, especially if you have a lot of the modulators. You could build your own robot city, and then you could have those Battle Masters and your Micromasters fill it out. It's actually very fun. It's one of the most favorite things to do that I do with my Siege and Earthrise toys. I like the gimmick of this one, especially its playability with the Micromasters. At the side is, of course, the Earthrise promo picture, which you can actually see from all their boxes and the other stuff that they released. And that's it for the packaging. Let's take him out of his box so that we could take a look more closely at the figure. Okay, so now we have him outside of his box, and like Hot House, he does look like a tiny titan. The blockiness of his shape, the broadness of the shoulders, the tiny torso, long legs, gives him the illusion that he is quite a big robot. But he's not. He's actually just a tiny deluxe figure. So like I said, this is the first one that came out, and the recolored version of him is this one, the Generation Select Hot House, which is an Autobot figure. They basically share everything. So if you have seen my Hot House look, basically this is just gonna be a replay of that. But still, we're gonna take a look at the character we're gonna take a look at the details that this might have that this does not have. Right off the bat, the main difference between them, like I said in my look at the box, is the color scheme. Instead of the red, blue, orange, it is now light gray, blue, and orange. From the side, of course, if you are a member of those two factions, you have to carry their colors. So Airwave here has the Decepticon colors on his side, and of course Hothouse here has the Autobot signal sign, the Autobot faction sign on his side. What side is this? Is left? Yeah, this is the left side. At the back, Hothouse here has some paint job to indicate that he is a fire station. So they really had to make sure that there is a painted fire station logo type there. Airwave does not really pretend to be anything else but a landing strip or an airport. So it doesn't have any of those the paint job to indicate that it is of a different sort of building. They actually share the same head as well. Airwave's head is a mono eye of navy blue and gunmetal gray with slight gunmetal also painted on the back of his on top of his head, while Hothouse here has like a royal blue sort of color for his head, and a is this a lighter shade? No, it's the same shade of gunmetal gray for his faceplate, and then also a black, metallic black paint on top of his head. They have the same accessories, which is this one, which becomes actually some sort of control tower for the airport, and these two tubes, which become sort of turrets or towers for the airport or the fire station. Okay. Also, another difference is, since Hothouse here is a fire station, they placed like some caution lines on his paint on his chest. This time, but it is of a white sort, and yeah. Airwave does not have any painted details on him. Also, another thing that is different from him, the decals on the what would be the landing strip for both of them. You can see that one. Hothouse has a black strips and the danger sign on that side, while Airwave here has 32, which is probably the runway number, and it also has black strips for signs for the airplane or whatever aircraft will be using him as their landing strip. So actually they share a lot of parts. Yeah, like I said, this is just a repaint of this guy, but the color of the hands are the same. The only difference is for the left hand, for the flaps, like this one, Airwave has a light gray color, while Hothouse here has that firehouse red color going on. So for articulation, basically the same as Hothouse. Head is on a ball joint, and you could rotate that a bit. Yeah, you could rotate it. You could raise his arms sideways like so and rotate it as well. There is a rotation. Of course, this will pop off like hothouse here is a modulator, so his limbs and his torso and other parts pop off. So this he has a waist articulation. He can rotate it fully. For his hips, he can do the full splits, and you can raise it quite well because there is so much clearance on his hip area and crotch area, and you could bend it. He has a knee bend and thigh swivel. Yeah, thigh swivel. Also for his hand, he has bicep swivel. It's attached to his elbow, an elbow bend, no articulation on the wrist. On this side there is, you could rotate this part, but that is because it can be pulled apart like so. And he has ankle tilts like all the Earthrise and Siege figures. So that's his articulation. For details, we have already taken a look at that. There is paint on his chest, some gunmetal gray over that to emphasize some pipes and details, which would really lend some to your imagination that it is a huge figure, or a, like I said, it's a tiny titan. It turns into parts of cities. They turn into parts of cities. Structures. They turn into structures instead of vehicles. Though there is a tank tread here. Very nice gunmetal gray going on the painted here. So yeah, that's for the robot mode. In his robot mode, you could, to prepare for transformation to his other modes, you could remove all of his accessories. Like I said, basically the same accessories at Hothouse. These two towers or guns or whatever you have them. This sort of watchtower or and then you could remove his hands, remove his torso, and hide his head there. Or you could rotate it so that this that slot is, now this part would be like the main airport. Then pull down his feet like so. Alright, now using these parts, we will be transforming him into different configurations. The first configuration is actually the more easier one, so you just unfold this one. Yeah, fold that one. And then using his left arm, clip that together so it looks like the end of the, and for this part we will be, yeah, like this. Now this part we will be so, no, the other side, sorry. Alright, and then that peg could actually, so, and on the other side good, and oops, and then yeah, it is removable because you could actually use this for other configuration. And then there we go. Hi. And then the left arm could just peg that together here. Yeah, sorry about this. I have a very sweaty hand, so sometimes this, and there we go. We now have a landing gear like so. For this one, we could actually place this and wait, how do we do this? There, like so. If you could see this one and peg that together here. Is it flat? Wait, to make it more flat, you can actually, I see that there is a peg there. Could peg that in, and now, and there is slots there. Good. And and this one, it's either you could just place it there as or in the middle, or whatever you want to do. This will become your tower. And you could place this one here and the other one over here. And now if you have your Micromasters, you could have them I'm just getting some of my Micromasters jets or cars or whatever, but of course this is a runway, and runways are better with with jets. Okay, so I have 2 Decepticon jets here. You could use it as a runway for them, like that. Very short runway, but still use your imagination. Or if you have hothouse here, you could build a longer runway for them. So like that. Very yeah. So you gotta have them. So you could fly, and then you could also have him. Or if you have the shuttle, you also have him. There is a way to make him stand here. I'm not sure how, but there is a way to do that. Yeah, that's what you do with this one. Or you could, if you have the other modulators, you could build a city using their structure stuff, and that's that. If you want to see the other modes, you could take a look at my hothouse review. I'll put the link down below. Basically, it shares the same configurations and stuff. I do not want to repeat myself. That video is already a mess. I don't want to make the second mess here. So if you want to see more of how to transform Airwave, please do look into my hothouse review. They have the same sort of transformations and configurations. One thing you could also do with this one is you could actually remove this one. It's stuck there, and remove this one as well. And what you could do is place this here, so place this one here. So now we have some sort of different different mold of, and you could have airplanes there. So that's another of the configuration. The other one is a missile launcher. But yeah, if you have a lot of these modulators, you could actually make your own configuration for them and have fun with them with whatever you want to do with it. So that's it. That is my review of Airwave. Airwave is actually a nicer color for Hot House. Hot House is too garish for me, but the Airwave is more neutral colored, and you can have a lot of fun with them. So I leave that up to you guys for how your imagination would lead you to play with your modulators. I for one have a lot of fun with them, building small robot cities with them, and it's really fun. Okay, so yeah, thank you for watching the video. If you have questions, comments, and suggestions, please do type them down below. Leave this video a like, share it to your friends, subscribe to the channel, and if you do, please click on that notification bell. Thank you again for watching, guys, and see you at the next video.